For me, Sanctuary is my foundation.
It's like a haven, a resting place for people.
An opportunity to make a difference, to change.
Sanctuary is grace.
It is safe house.
Hope.
A beacon of light.
Sanctuary means freedom.
The idea of a sanctuary was a place where women and children would feel safe and hopefully peaceful and be able to heal themselves a little bit on their journey to a more peaceful and less violent life. And Sanctuary is really a result of being the first to do many, many different things.
We came to realize that it wasn't just enough to take them in and give them overnight safety, but really in order for a family to survive, they needed a complete set of tools. And that's when we began to look at a holistic approach to helping.
I never realized that I was being abused by him. He threatened me a lot. He manipulated me. He lied to me. The abuse got very worse. I went to a domestic violence shelter from Sanctuary, and it was great. Sanctuary helped me with counseling. They're still helping me with counseling for my 2 kids. We know that we have Sanctuary. It's hard because we don't have a family here, but we have Sanctuary, and this is huge for us.
Domestic violence is such a problem around the country. And when you look at New York City, which is so complicated, our laws, our courts, you need a sophisticated partner who can work with us to address all of New York City's communities. And we have communities that are very diverse. And you need an organization that speaks the language, that knows all the neighborhoods, knows the courts, and knows how to do civil representation. And Sanctuary does all of that very, very expertly.
My hope for the future is that in 25 years, we will live in a world where domestic violence is just not acceptable.
I just remember that my father was really abusive towards my mother, and at one point it just got really out of control, and then she wanted to leave. And I remember coming to the shelter. Because at first I was nervous about coming back because I remember, well, yeah, I used to live there. But when I got here, I realized that a lot of the people here, if they knew my story, maybe they would, be affected by it, and it might help them.
They not only zealously advocate in courts on behalf of their individual clients, but they've been at the forefront of major changes in our court system that have opened the door for victims of violence that we otherwise would not serve. Sanctuary thinks globally and works locally, and in a community like New York City, where we have so many different ethnic and racial backgrounds of the community that we serve, Sanctuary serves to educate us about violence in all of these communities.
We've had an impact on so many people's lives, and we've had an impact on the community at large and how it views domestic violence. But there still is an enormous amount of domestic violence, and we are going to continue to do the very best we can with the highest caliber of services.
Sanctuary represents promise, purpose, and professionalism.
For me, Sanctuary is safety.
Rescue.
Sanctuary is about changing women's lives.